All right, you're in isolation. You're still in quarantine. Is it going to your head? So, I'm going to talk today about the anxiety or the mental side of being in isolation and kind of just, being in your own house. Now, the first thing I want to start off in saying this is that I have the discreet privilege of living by myself in an apartment all alone. And I know not everybody has that. And so you might be stuck with some folks, or you might have the fortune to be with some folks. I don't know what it is. That's just my situation. And it is, I think it's obviously different for everybody. But the through line being you have a lot of alone time, or you just have a lot of time in your space. And that may not mean alone time if you have roommates and whatnot. But for me, it is a ton of alone time. And what has happened to me is a lot of my thoughts, you can't really, you just can't shuck and jive them right now. And you kind of have to sit with them. And so what I've been doing in the morning is getting up and then meditating in that chair over in the corner of my living room and taking time to kind of just look at the day, assess myself before I go for a run, and just to try not to freak out. Because in the beginning I did a little bit, and I had a lot of anxiety in the beginning about all of this and how long it was going to last, what shows I was going to have to cancel, and really the beginning of it, I had made everything about me. And I thought, oh, what am I going to have to do for my life? And my life is going to be different now because of it. Oh no! And it's really simple. It's not about you. And I know I've talked about that before, but once you start to engage with the not about you-ness that this is, you really, or at least I've really started to open up and got a lot more easygoing with this, because it's about everybody else. Like my mother, she's over 70. I probably won't see her till like July or June. And so that's just the way that this is going to roll. And to know that, there's ways around it. And so FaceTime or, phone call, whatever it is, that keeps me sane because you're not seeing a lot of people. And so for me, the quarantine or the isolation, whatever it is right now it's isolation, is in the beginning, it's gone to my head. And I think it's a very important practice to be aware of your thoughts that are passing through during this time. And it's also important, I think it's an important time to engage with them, if you want to. What thoughts do you honor? What thoughts do you not honor? There's definitely some thoughts that I've been honoring that I'm like, oh my goodness, why are you living rent-free? Why am I letting you live rent-free in my head? And once I'm aware of that, it's like, all right, evicted. And so with that being said, there's a lot of there's a lot of inventory being taken on my end. And it also comes out in writing. I'm writing a ton. And it comes out in talking with people. I'm talking to people a lot. And also when I'm just like sitting down and meditating, like it's just, everything is like, boom, up in your face. Like you can't escape it. And I think it's an opportunity right now, if anything, to really take inventory of your life, take inventory of the people in your life. That's huge. And then also to really monitor your thoughts and why you honor some and don't honor others. And so that's what I've been doing. And I think I've been looking somewhat to the future. I don't know what's going to happen with all this or how long this is going to last. But I have, thought like, oh, okay, what's going to happen in April or May or June. And even thinking about that for me hasn't really served me. I just think this isolation has been about being in the moment for me because that's what's kind of served me most, is just being in the moment and focusing on what I can do today. And yeah, if you have any stories of what you've done to cope, you can put them in the comments below. Would love to hear how you're doing. And I think connecting in any medium for people is helpful. And while this is happening, I'm still running the Patreon, still delivering content from past interviews before the whole outbreak and thing. And you can catch that at patreon.com/Toussaint Morrison. You can join my projects for less than a cup of coffee, less than the cost of a cup of coffee per month. So yeah, I hope that you're staying safe. I hope that you're getting some peace of mind, and you know, really taking it easy on yourself. So yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Later.